Okay, give you a short briefing about the situation today in the operation. As you know, in the operation we have a variety of forces that are actually participating. We're talking about artillery, armor, engineering, intelligence, artillery, as I said, all backed up with the support of the Air Force and the Navy. The operation is continuing as planned. No third phase. I hate to disappoint you. This is just something the media made up. Until now we have targeted over 300 Hamas militants on the ground fighting our soldiers. Since the beginning of today we had 10 launchings towards Israel. As you can notice, since the beginning of the operation 19 days ago, the launching capabilities of Hamas have decreased tremendously. We knew before that the capabilities are approximately 200 launchings a day, and we're talking today about approximately 20 to 30 launchings. So I would say only 1/10 of this capability is existent right now. Since the first day of the operation, Israel was targeted by 700 rockets and mortars. As of 6 a.m. in the morning, what we have attacked is 5 warehouses. We have attacked a few armed Hamas militants. We have attacked a few launching sites. Some of them were underground. We had a paratroopers force in a neighborhood called Atatra, which is a northern part of the Gaza Strip near Bet Lahia. You can see here to my right hand side there is a map of this neighborhood that was created by Hamas. I'll explain about it in a minute. But paratroopers force that were in this neighborhood this morning were confronted by Hamas terrorists armed with an explosive belt. This is one of the tactics that Hamas has been using since the beginning of the operation, taking suicide bombers and actually sending them to explode at IDF forces. During the night, over 60 targets were hit, including a police headquarters, including a booby-trapped area in one of the civilian neighborhoods in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. And in addition, we targeted 35 tunnels. I can tell you that overall we've attacked something between 60 and 70% of the tunnels. We're talking about tunnels that exist in the Philadelphia corridor, 14.5 kilometers long, and we think there are hundreds of tunnels that were dug there for the past 2 years. We have 6 injured soldiers until now from the night. 4 of them are mildly wounded and 2 are moderately. The questions in the end. I just want to show the map.
So we got a roving mic. So, Ellie, could you give Avital the roving mic? Thanks.
For those that did not see this map before, this is a map that paratroopers unit found in a Tatra neighborhood. It's near Bet Lahia in the northern part of Gaza. This is a map that was made by Hamas, and we can see it was very carefully planned. Namely, it was not just prepared in the middle of the operation. What you can see here is a very good example of the way Hamas operates in civilian neighborhoods, namely using civilians as human shields for Hamas interests. As you can see, the map is divided into 3 zones: red, green, and blue. We don't exactly understand the meaning of this. We assume that it's some part of the fighting operational aspect of Hamas in this neighborhood. Besides writing in Hebrew, everything in Arabic, it's as the map was exactly. What it reads here is that any red dot there is here actually symbolizes a roadside bomb. Any green is a barrel of explosives. Any dark green is an anti-tank, and brown would be a sniper stand. Now, keep in mind, this is a civilian neighborhood. Everything is normal houses, just a regular neighborhood. Now, we have here a mosque. As you know, many neighborhoods have quite a few mosques. This is El Tuid Mosque, and you can see right adjacent to the mosque a stand of snipers. And not only that the snipers are here, there is two arrows that direct the direction of the fire. Here you can see a gas depot, and next to the gas depot there is an explosive charge right next to the gas depot. The meaning is that if Hamas would be able to draw IDF forces into this area and engage with them with fire, and this gas depot would be hit, the meaning is that all this neighborhood would be in flames. Here we have another mosque, and once again, a sniper's position right next to the mosque. Now, there are also tunnels underneath the ground. This is the symbol of the tunnels. You can see it's a civilian house. The tunnel's end is in a bush area. And these tunnels, we believe, are used for fleeing Hamas militants from one place to another or storing weapons. As you can see, this whole neighborhood is actually detonated. Anywhere you look, you see the colors. It's either barrel of explosives or different kinds of explosives. Here we find another tunnel originating in one civilian house, and the end is in another civilian house. So basically, if you recall, we issued footage of a booby-trap zoo and a booby-trap school. This is really more of the same, taking civilian areas and turning them into military camps, to military bases for terrorist needs.